Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, March 29th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is Om Kriyam Namah, which means my actions are aligned with cosmic law. And I'm sorry I'm not showing up on camera today. I have a little sick kitty who's curled up on the blanket where I usually sit, and I just didn't feel like disturbing her. So you get to look at the glory of the background and all the signs. Just a few things I want to mention. We're 1 week out from starting my year-long astro course. So if you are interested, now's the time to get information for that. The information is all in the group that I have linked below. And I want to say thank you. I've received several donations in the last couple days, and that's enabling me to give 2 people scholarships to this class. And so I just want to say thank you for those who have been generous to support my work and to support expansion for others as well. So let's look at this astro. So Om Kriyam Namah was brought to me by, I feel like I'm on Sesame Street, by the number 29 and the planet Mars. We have Mars today reaching 29 degrees at Taurus. So 29 degrees is that master degree. Now, Mars in Taurus is not the most fiery placement. You know, the Taurus energy, that earth energy, can cool the fire. But anytime we have a master degree, as you probably experienced, it kind of can amp up the energy. So we may be feeling that Mars energy amped up as it completes its cycle in Taurus and prepares to move into Gemini on Saturday. So be very aware of Mars energies, Mars energies of passion. You may find your passion increasing. You may find your energy increasing. You may find aggression coming up, anger, frustration, like the littlest thing can set you off. That all can tune into Mars energy. Now in Taurus, Taurus makes us want to be able to produce. That's one of the major things about Taurus. Like, well, I have these gifts, let me produce them. So it may amp up your potential for production. I would say don't stress yourself out over it, though. It's not worth being stressed out. But just be very aware of this and feed it into something you love. And I love this energy mantra. My actions are aligned with cosmic law. Find that alignment with your actions, whether it's producing something, whether it's passionately going after something. Find that alignment so that you are working in a way that is appropriate for you. Also, another thing that could instigate a little burst of frustration, anger, feelings, or repeating patterns, and that would be the moon in Capricorn. Today is conjunct Pluto and conjunct the South Node. So we have the South Node at 23 degrees and we have Pluto at the end of 22 degrees. So they're really close, and I've been mentioning, be very aware of your repeat patterns. This is why you want to take that aligned action so that you're not taking action based on repeated patterns. This is about evolution of consciousness, so that you can show up more aligned to your soul and less in alignment with the shoulds. So Pluto gives us that transformation offer. Now the moon's interesting because the moon can show us that which is hidden. So be aware, you know, in this energy, especially if you feel some emotions coming up. I've definitely got a card about that. Some emotions coming up. Definitely be aware. Am I repeating a pattern? What is my personal responsibility? As in, how am I going to respond to this in a way that's true to me, where it is in that aligned action? And I have the let go card as well. So there might be some letting go action that is needed in order to process this. Process it, release the pattern. Also of note, the South Node is been there, done that energy. That's not the path that we want to follow. We want to learn from those, but utilize the energy of the North Node. So the North Node is Cancer. And so the North Node is saying, hey, you may have emotions. You may have feelings that need to be looked at, processed. Allow yourself to nurture yourself. Allow yourself to stop long enough to let go, to allow, to process whatever is going on right now. And I have 2 9 cards today. And 9 cards are, you know, numbers representing that completion energy. And it's saying, hey, you're ready. You're ready to let go of this cycle. You're ready to process this energy. And of course you are, because this is what's up in the astro. So universe is like, hey, this is the time for this. Now this Pluto South Node thing, it's going to continue going on. So it's not just like today, be aware of your patterns. I've been talking about it for the last several days. And I'm going to continue talking about it just to remind you. Be aware of them, because they are going to come up, and this really is an opportunity to take your power back. Remember, Pluto energy, it is transformation, but it's ultimately for empowerment. So anything that's going on right now, you can always stop and ask, how is this empowering me? How am I being called to empower myself through whatever is going on here? The moon, as it moves on, is going to meet up with Mars at that 29 degree before it shifts into Gemini. So, moon in Capricorn, trine Mars in Taurus. Make your actions aligned. Don't do things from the shoulds. Don't do things from, what is that? What is that quote? Ugh, I can't get it right now. Whatever feels good for your soul, do that. Like, it's basically that. Do things from that place. We're all in a place where we're seeing how society has its own rabbit hole, but like that's not necessarily a rabbit family. We want to go down our own personal rabbit hole. So do things from your soul that feel good. Do things from your soul that feel like they're from a place of love. And I know we all have things that feel like, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this right now. Baby steps. At least make yourself aware and see again how old patternings may be contributing to the need to do things the old way, and where can you break through, especially in regards to your gifts and talents. That's part of that Taurus energy. That's part of Uranus moving through Taurus. There are yet unused gifts and talents and creativities that you have that you've been holding back. And that's one of the reasons why you're stuck in this other cycle. That's not where your heart wants to be. We then have the moon shifting into Aquarius. The moon will shift into Aquarius at 6:46 p.m. Pacific time and will be meeting up with Uranus. So we're going to have more Taurus energy. Uranus and Taurus square moon in Aquarius. Again, letting the moon show us that which is hidden. We just had Venus finishing up in the sign of Aquarius, so here comes the moon to like kind of double down on those lessons. Where are the places that you're not accepting yourself? And we all have them. Like, that's the thing. We all have to be vigilant about. We all have these places. The more you can be aware of it, the more shift can happen, so that Uranus energy is wanting to liberate us, and the moon in Aquarius may be where we're still holding on to that status quo. It's time for a liberation. Let your ultimate innocence, let your ultimate light, let that energy come in. It's not the outsider. It is part of you. And I feel like a lot of times this sorrow energy comes from that place where we've held back. But the universe is saying, you are ready. You are ripe and ready. So I think I will be complete with that. Like I said, come join my class info group if you are interested, if you are curious at all. You can always book a reading if you just want support on your process. Come join my Patreon for all my extras. And besides that, you have the power. The better it gets, and there's more than enough love in the world for you. Namaste.